a detective realizes the cop is actually the murderer.
While cops are here to help and protect citizens, what happens when they're actually secret killers in disguise?
Was it Kelly?
Yeah, right now you're charged with murder, and it is Kelly.
No!
Here are 3 examples of when cops try to get away with murder, starting
hold
with the
on.
horrifying case of William Talley. On the 11th of May 2019, police received a worrying phone call explaining that former police sergeant William Talley had been in an argument with his girlfriend, Kelly Levinson. At some point during the fight, he fired gunshots at her. William quickly left the scene, stealing Kelly's truck, but was worried he may have done more damage than he realized.
So I don't know anything since then.
So nobody's here has been injured.
No, that's what I told him when I called. He told me that he thinks he killed her.
What will compel you? He thinks he killed her? What compelled him to shoot a fucking gun at her? How mad can you possibly get to really pull the trigger on your wife, nigga? And then say, I think I killed her. It's like, when I see those videos of when people have like bugs in their house or something and they just take out a gun and start shooting it, I'm just like, bro, your trigger finger is crazy. Like for you to, your finger is itching way too. You're using a gun for things that's just wild, bro. You're too quick to pull it out. That's my problem. My problem is some niggas are just way too quick to pull a gun out, bro. It's like, yo, like you're about to take a life. Like, are you, like for real? Like dead ass?
The police had to immediately treat this like a crime scene and decided to search the house to ensure Kelly's safety. There was one thing on the officers' minds, and they were all silently pleading that they wouldn't find her dead.
Deputy Brown, who used to work with the There's a dog in there. Yep, she's right there. Sorry again, man.
Upon entering the house, evidence of some kind of physical altercation was scattered throughout.
Shit.
As they entered the kitchen, though, they would find Kelly's dead body lying on the ground.
Fuck.
With all the evidence the police had, it wasn't difficult for them to determine their main suspect. But catching him was another matter.
That nigga's
They
on the
knew
run.
that William had received both police and SWAT training, so he'd be difficult to catch. However, all of a sudden, police received a phone call informing them William had gotten into a car crash. The cops rushed to the hospital where
God,
they
his
found their
dumbass.
number 1 suspect waiting for them, bruised and bloodied.
We're gonna take care of you now.
Once William was discharged from the hospital, he was immediately brought to an interrogation
Damn,
room
bro, what's
where the
going
investigation
on?
would truly begin.
What are you going through, bro?
Yeah, right now you're charged with murder. You're charged with violation of oath of office, and you're charged
Who?
with possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime.
Who?
That's what we're hoping you can tell us. Maybe once we start talking about it a little bit,
It wasn't Becky, was it? Was it Kelly?
well,
Cop?
William mentions
What?
2 names here, Becky
How many
and
niggas did you
Kelly.
kill?
Of course, we know Kelly to be his girlfriend, but William was actually married to another woman named Rebecca Talley who he'd been cheating on. William obviously appears dazed and confused.
This nigga's moving mad! This is a movie! This is a movie right now! So he was cheating on his wife with a girl, and then he killed the girl that he was cheating on his wife with. Damn! Respectfully, she could have avoided that whole situation by just not dealing with that nigga when she knew he was married. Ew! Respectfully! That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying!
Whether this is just an act or not is another question. He'd spent multiple days in the hospital and was discharged after being medically cleared, so it's
bro.
unlikely he'd still
He's
be
done.
this out of it. Regardless, it at least seems to be keeping him calm. At least for now.
and you can sign this.
Nobody's talking with me about things.
Well, we're gonna get to that. That's what we're hoping to get to.
No, I'm not talking until somebody talks to me.
I can tell you who.
Does he not remember
We
anything?
started there, and it is Kelly.
No!
Don't do that.
No! No!
Tally, come on.
Oh my god.
Tally. Bill. Bill.
No!
Oh my god, hold on.
No!
There's a small chance William really is this distraught over Kelly's death, but he was completely unaware of what he was doing at the time.
What is funny?
So it seems more likely that he's actually just using this as a guise to vent and...
Homeless man, why are you putting dead faces in the chat, bro? Crying, laughing face. Like, goddamn, bro. Let my nigga cry.
Scream about how his life is pretty much finished and over a small argument with his mistress. He's also likely frustrated that he got caught so easily. Remember,
Thanks.
this is a man with SWAT and police training. He knows how to evade the cops, but almost instantly after going on the run, his plans were shut down in an incredibly unpredictable way. William manages to calm down while the detective talks to him, but only for a few short seconds.
Here, let me get you some nasty. Bill, no. Stop, Bill. Relax. Bill, stop. It's all unnecessary, Bill.
It's okay, man.
If you don't want to talk to us, that's fine, but let's not do this, okay?
Relax,
Okay.
big boy.
Let's not do this.
Who else to guard?
What?
Right now, you're hurting yourself.
I don't care about me.
Well-
Who else that I hurt?
There's no one
I
else.
keep hearing people whisper. Or whispers.
Okay, well, what whisper?
What are you talking about?
No, tell me the truth.
What?
Okay. There's no one else hurt. Okay.
What you're watching is a man who knows without a doubt that he's guilty, doing everything he can to try and find a way out.
He's trying to go
He's
into...
panicking, and the cops were probably extremely relieved when William finally asked for a lawyer and put an end to this dramatic interrogation. However, this
He's about to
obviously
plead
didn't
insanity?
help him at all, as the detectives already had all the evidence they needed to convict him, and William Talley was sentenced to life behind bars. Despite William being a local cop
No.
and even knowing some of the officers involved, this case was handled perfectly. A stark contrast to that of Matthew Boynton, whose case was so weird and corrupt that the cops ended up investigating a shooting that never even happened.
You know you
What?
can't give a sworn statement and lie on it. Why would you do that, Matthew?
On the 15th of April 2016, police found Jessica Boynton hidden in the closet of her home with a gunshot wound to the head and a police-issued firearm in her hand. The
No.
county sheriff reportedly ruled her dead at the scene, but there
No.
was a problem. Jessica was neither dead nor shot. After she was rushed to the hospital, the ER found no entrance wounds or bullets. Instead, they found evidence of a blunt force attack to the back of her head. This case is already incredibly confusing, but
What
what's
the
worse
fuck?
is that the police's number one suspect, Matthew Boynton, told
that's
cops
him.
that he
That's
received a
him. Look
text
at him.
from Jessica saying she was about to commit
Look at him.
suicide. After rushing home, he heard 2 gunshots coming from the house and called the police. Matthew was taken to the police station and interrogated, but was caught lying
I
about a
didn't steal
vital
her
piece
bag.
of evidence. This is where we join the detectives as they try to unwrap this baffling web of lies.
Do you recognize that bag?
Yeah, it's the bag that Jessica let me use to put all my gym stuff in when we used to be together.
Okay, so when's the last time you saw that bag?
It's been a long time. Like I said, when I used to work out at, there's 2 gyms in Thomaston. I don't remember the name of it. I used that one, and I had a gray Nike bag I used to work out in. So I interchanged my stuff like protein drinks, powder shakes like pre-workout, workout shorts, pants, shoes, whatever.
Okay.
I put it in that bag or my Nike bag.
Suspects who aren't telling the truth
Over-explain.
tend to
That's what I'm
over-explain
saying.
as they feel they have something to prove to detectives.
Exactly. Yeah.
If they can give lots of
We
information
don't need to hear
over,
all that
they
shit.
think it'll convince the detective that they're not lying.
We
as
don't
they
need to
couldn't
hear all that.
possibly make all of that up. However, in actuality, suspects telling the truth will give a more instinctual, simplified answer to the question because they don't have to think about it as much. Bear that in mind as the
God.
interview continues.
So when's the last time that you saw that bag?
I mean, it's been a while. Like, I don't know an exact date. I don't know. I think my stepdad, he had it in the white trailer, and that's been a while. And he brought it, but I haven't been through it or anything. Put it in my storage thing in my house, which is like when you pull in the driveway. It's a little storage thing on the right. You open the door and it's got all my stuff in there. I declared that somebody out recently. That was tossed in there, but I mean, it's in there with a bunch of my stuff, like a brown
talk a
tub,
lot,
my
nigga.
old patrol car with gym stuff in it, work stuff.
Remember, That answer was given in response to the question, when was the last time you saw this bag?
Like, God, that's what I'm saying,
Something that
nigga.
could have been answered in a single sentence.
Nigga told me his whole fucking life story. Like, bro, no one asked about your grandma dying. I asked you what the fuck, where was the bag? Where's the last time you saw it, nigga? How does your grandma's death have anything to do with that? She was 98, nigga. She got hit by a car. Boo-hoo. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
The detectives already knew that Matthew was lying about this bag, as that's the whole reason he was brought to this second interrogation. But now they're 100% sure he's hiding something.
He's done.
And they're about to call him out on it.
All right, Matthew. Known you a long time. When y'all were in the process of moving, and you moved into the house that you're at now, your residence, did you or did you not see this bag?
Yes, sir. It was in my storage room in the garage.
Now, why would I be holding a picture of this bag?
I guess because Jessica brought it into you.
Why would Jessica have it if you had it at your house?
I don't know. I guess somebody got it from my garage or my shed.
Who would have gotten it?
There's a couple of people.
Okay.
I don't know
All right.
exactly who.
The bag was completely filled with female clothes.
Oh.
This is one photo of it.
Talk to me.
That's not yours.
Talk to me, Papacita.
This whole thing might not seem like a big deal,
Yeah.
but it's actually the root of a much bigger problem. This bag, along with everything in it, belonged to Jessica. So when it was discovered in Matthew's possession after he told police that he'd handed all of her belongings over, it confirmed that he had been lying under oath.
Caught his ass.
A small issue at first, but now that the detectives know he's comfortable lying about this, they know that almost every piece of information he's given them could be completely untrue.
The bag was turned into us. We have possession of
Caught
the
his
bag.
ass.
We have evidence that said it came out of your storage room. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
No, sir.
Do you believe that statement to be accurate and true?
He's done. He's locked up, right?
Did you believe it then?
No, sir.
Matthew has now essentially confessed to stealing the bag of Jessica's belongings and lying under oath. There is the question of why he did this, but we haven't even gotten started on the assault part of the case. Why Jessica was found unconscious in their closet after allegedly texting Matthew she was going to shoot herself. As it turns out, though, the police would also never move on to that part of the case, and it remained completely unanswered. Matthew was charged with stealing and lying under oath, and after being placed on administrative leave, he resigned from the force, but went completely uncharged for whatever happened on the night of April 15th.
Really?
Many people have been left wondering why that may be, but
Yeah.
the most obvious answer lies in police corruption, and the facts that the county sheriff just so happened to be Matthew's granddad.
No!
The same sheriff who lied by pronouncing Jessica dead at the scene.
No!
What's worse is that Jessica's head trauma left her without any memory of that night, so it's likely this case will remain unsolved forever.
Nigga. That's a fucking movie. Plotting with your granddad to kill your wife is crazy. Plotting with your granddad to kill your wife, and that nigga can just sweep it under the rug. Just sweep it under the fucking rug, nigga.
But people thought the same about the murder of Sherry Rasmussen, which lay unsolved for 23 years before new information revealed that the culprit was actually one of the police force's best detectives.
Now you're accusing me of this? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I remember.
After decades of investigations,
Decades.
DNA evidence revealed that Stephanie was very likely the culprit of a murder committed in 1986.
1986, and the case will remain cold until 2009. They decided to, what the heck? When DNA evidence pointed to, like, how did that come up?
Because of the high-stakes nature of the case, the detectives made sure to meticulously plan this interrogation. Stephanie was a really successful detective herself, and she had recently received recommendations for her good work on a theft case. So the detectives used this, and brought her in under the guise that they needed help with a case.
I don't want to talk about this in the squadron because I don't know who people are listening. And if we go to my side, Everybody's always wondering what everybody else is
sure,
doing.
no problem.
Okay.
An interrogation room is a strange place for such a conversation to take place, so to put her mind at ease, detectives told her this was the place they'd least be likely to be overheard, as the case details were strictly confidential. Sherry Rasmussen's body had been found at her home after being shot 3 times.
Yeah.
At the time, police suspected the murder was a result of a burglary gone wrong.
Imagine getting away with
The
this
case
for
went cold when
23
they couldn't
years.
identify the suspect. However, 23 years later, when revisiting the case, detectives found evidence that led them towards Stephanie, a girl who had been trapped in a love triangle with Sherry and her husband,
How
John
did that
Rutten.
come? Like,
so
what?
the detectives decided to bring up John's name to see how she'd react.
Were you guys friends, close friends?
Yeah, we're very close friends.
Yeah.
I mean, what's this all about?
It's a case we're working on. It involves John, and in there's notes and stuff that he knew you and stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, we good friends.
Luigi, what's good?
I lived in the dorms for 2 years.
Was there ever any relationship or anything that developed between you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we dated. You know, I mean, what's this all about?
Well, it's relating to his wife.
Both the detectives and Stephanie have tried to seem as friendly and relaxed as possible around each other, but Stephanie is obviously starting to get very anxious at this point. Even though the detectives gave a somewhat believable excuse, she is now in an interrogation room faced by 2 detectives being questioned about a girl she supposedly murdered 20 years earlier. Her breathing has become faster, and her language is defensive, and her movements have become more erratic.
What you gonna do, Steph?
And you're right.
I mean, if you guys are claiming that I'm a suspect, then, you know, I got a problem with, you know, with that.
Yeah, Stephanie?
Okay? So, you know, if you're doing this as an interrogation, you're saying, hey, I'm a suspect. Well, now I got a problem with, you know, now you're accusing me of this? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, did you do it, Steph?
Obviously, you know about all the DNA stuff and things of the nature that, you know, gets done on cases nowadays.
Uh-huh.
You know, if we asked you for a DNA swab, would you be willing to give us one?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Because now
Because
now I'm thinking I probably need to talk to a lawyer.
But if you didn't do
chooses
nothing,
to provide DNA evidence,
if you're
hoping
not
her
guilty,
willingness
then
to
who
help out
cares?
would ultimately prove her innocence. But unfortunately for her, just 5 minutes later, the detectives decide they've heard enough and put her in cuffs.
Damn.
Months later, after a long and arduous
You call her
trial, a
Stephanie?
decision was made.
I got a Heavenly!
Above entitled action, find the defendant, Stephanie Eileen Lazarus, guilty of the crime of murder of Sherry Rasmussen. We further find the murder was of the first degree.
After hiding it for 23 years, Stephanie Lazarus was finally found guilty of murder and sentenced to 27 years behind bars.
That's
If
just
you enjoy
unlucky.
true crime videos like this, make sure you're subscribed.
That's just unlucky, bro. She could have got away with it if those rascaling cops